So yesterday we saw the market bouncing and breaking the previous highs, like we had anticipated on was it Wednesday? Okay. So SPY here, it had made only 2 lower lows, and then we got this. So we want to see if we'll get a continuation, although we might pull back today. Okay, so if we don't get a continuation, if we're not breaking, so yesterday this was a strong bullish candle. We closed almost near the high. We closed at 505, just 3 points away from the high. So the reason is we are hitting some high and we're terribly overbought, and there's a lot of taking profit. So if we are not breaking this level today, we might get a pullback. If we get a pullback and we start bouncing off, like we get a V, so we open high and then we go down and then we start going up, you may swing calls to Monday. So if we get up, if we are not continuing up, so the levels are given for SPY, we're still watching the same levels. I don't necessarily use 30 levels for SPY because you can still use them. They give huge gap ups, which is okay. So SPY, we are right at close. And this is the monthly. We are right at close, 507.70, because we were bearish. So we are coming from down, and then we've come to the close. So still we have room to go up. So the key level now is for SPY, you have to watch the intermediate. Don't think SPY can go up to 537 in one day. So the weekly, even the weekly, we are right at close. So we came from down here, then we went back to the close. So this is, if a stock is below the close, we know we are bearish. So we were bearish since we started dropping. When we went to 503, we didn't hit the close. Oh, sorry, that is the monthly. We didn't hit the monthly close. We came back down when we had the pullback, 2 lower lows. And then now you're riding it back up to the close. So this is the weekly from Monday to Friday. We came from down there, we went back to the close. So still, we are now, it's like we are at the starting point. So if we don't go higher, then we get a pullback today, which is what I'm anticipating. If we get up, that's what I was saying. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to swing. The only stock I'm seeing that is up is NVIDIA, of course, because it's a post-ER stock, but the rest, you're seeing some kind of a pullback. SFCI and the other semiconductor stocks. So that's why I'd said I'm not sure it will be wise to swing calls because we might get that IV crash. Calls are right now up there. So the only way to get an IV crash is to have a move in the opposite direction, and then we go back up. So if we're anticipating that a V, we come down. If we start going up from that V point, we retest that yesterday's high 508, then we might have continuation into Monday. So if that happens today, now guys, the minute I tell you guys what I'm anticipating and you see it happening, please follow through. And like that day, Wednesday, this is Wednesday, I told you guys swing calls. I'd said we'll go down and then we'll start going up. I said swing calls. So if those who did, they made money. I don't need to come back and tell you guys now get calls, because some of these patterns, you don't need even to confirm. It's just the pattern is playing out like it is supposed to. okay? We had like a double bottom. We slightly broke this support, and then we got the move up. So when I tell you guys what to anticipate and you see the move happening, please try and sometimes, because we were catching this at the bottom, those people who are trading even SPX, you're catching right at the bottom. So it was, even if you don't want to risk a lot of money, just swing one contract and see what happens. So I'd say swing GS, swing in Netflix, and swing Meta and SPY. So I'd say SPY, GS, Meta, and Netflix. You didn't have to take all of them. You could have picked, but SPY, because contracts were so cheap, just take a gamble and swing. If you put more weight into the chance what you stand to lose than the joy of what you stand to gain, you will always not be taking a chance with these stocks. And sometimes it's good when you see a pattern playing out like you expected. Okay, so today, if we get up that pullback, and then usually the V, it takes like, this day I'd forgotten was a minute reading. That's why it took long. Mostly it's supposed to be towards midday, lunch hour, and then you start the move up. Okay, so if that happens today, so we come down and then we go up, then you can swing calls into next week, and mostly semiconductors are there. And the reason I'm saying that, I have so many energy stocks in my watch list today, because whenever you see the market is pulling back or dropping, the energy stocks starts to trend up. Okay, that's what we have, the sector rotation. Okay, so yesterday I said look at VMA. We had V going up, MA going up, GS went up but did not retest. It was supposed to be a swing from Wednesday. Actually, GS was a play that was just playing out because we had SPY and the rest were weak. Anytime you see the market is weak, the financial stocks usually run up. So this one was right from start on Wednesday. Then it was supposed to be a swing. And when the market gained momentum, you start seeing the financials pulling back. Mostly GS is the one you use like a litmus. So it didn't retest 390, supposed to be 390, or it did 396. So it rejected 396, it hit 395.85, and then it started coming down. Okay, so that was a lower high. If we get a pullback and it still stays above 388, oh, it touched 388. So that's the key level for GS, 388. The minute you're seeing it's approaching it, then we might get the move down, and then we start going back up again. So GS is in the 3 weeks tight pattern. And I told you guys the 3 weeks tight pattern is a bullish pattern. So even if you see a stock pulling back, just know it's supposed to go up. It's giving you an entry at a discount. So we are supposed to break out of this level. 3 weeks tight, it means this stock. So we had 3 weeks tight here, and then you got a pullback, we didn't get the move. Then another 3 weeks tight here, and then now we want to see that move if it will materialize. Okay, so that's GS. MA and the rest, they are creating new highs. So this is just, it needs to break the previous high. So whenever you see this, we had a lower low and an inside bar. We've said this again and again. This is a pattern telling you, look at me. It's a constriction. So look at me. Now, the problem is it didn't close as much as we had a change of character. It broke this, but it closed below it. Okay. So we want to see if we'll get another strong move today. If not, then we're anticipating a move down. Okay, that's MAV. This V, since since V went above 265, it's just been a good stock to trade It's not usually a slow stock, but when it's above 275, it's a good stock to trade. So we had the same thing. We had this pullback and an inside bar. An inside bar is telling you, look at me. It's a constriction. When you have a range candle and then a constriction, the market wasn't sure if they still want to go down. And then you have this constriction. And then we had this bar going up. So now this is different. Why? Because it closed above this and even closed above the previous, these two high candles rejection here. So V was stronger than MA. Okay. So we have into, so those are stock we're still looking at for continuation because they've given us a strong bullish candle there. Okay. So Into was reporting earnings. I forgot about it. But sometimes Into can be a good one, but most of the time it's not a good swing. It's a good post here. Doesn't give you a lot from gambling it overnight, but it's usually good post here. So here it went up. So that's why I wasn't worried because it's not usually a good, so here it went down. It doesn't give you those many points. Sometimes it can, sometimes it doesn't. It gives you both direction. You know, it goes up and then it comes down, killing contracts both ways. So here we had a doji, and then we had this sideways, and then finally it's been going up ever since. So now we had a change of character, and then we had another change of character yesterday when it was bullish. And then now, this is the reason I say sometimes it can be good to wait for it post-ER because it went down and then you see it start going up. So it's usually good post-ER. I don't think I have a strategy for it. Let me just confirm. Oh yeah, it's going to squeeze. Okay. So look at it. It has to stay above. It has to stay above this support on Wednesday, 6:30, but it's going to squeeze. So look at it. You're fine. So it's squeezing. Okay. So it's squeezing on the daily. We want to see if it fails to squeeze. So this band, if it fails to open up on the top side, then we're looking at it going down on the downside. But it is squeezing, so that's a good indication for post-ER. Okay. SQ, this stock has been so quiet and it's also squeezing. So it has been trending up since last ER, just trending up slowly, walking, barely breaking a rule, but just going up. And then we had this pullback and then it's been going sideways. So any stock going sideways, majameni, I know it has gone up 9 points. For me, 9 points is not enough to swing. That's me personally. But if it's good enough for you, you can swing. So it's squeezing on the daily and 30, it was right there at the close for the weekly. So I want to see if it's going to be a good post here. Yeah, it was right there at the close. So any stock that is squeezing before earnings, going sideways, is a good play. That can be a good gamble. For me, it's just that sometimes some of these stocks go up and it's not sustaining that high level, but right there at close, right there. So this is a good play. We want to see if it will go to 90. So it just went up 9.78. We want to see post-ER if it will go to hit 90. So this is a good post-ER and it's squeezing. So Into and SQ are both good post-ER plays. I don't know if I'm forgetting any other post-ER. We didn't have so much this week except everybody had eyes on NVIDIA.
Virginia, I'm not sure. I came in late. This is Toya.
Yeah.
Did you look at Kavana?
Did it report earnings?
Yes.
So this small ATR mostly I don't, because I don't, and you see, this is what I say, if you see it's giving, even if it's small ATR, for me, if it's not giving me 20 points, that's my personal, criteria, but you can still look at it. Why? It was right at close, okay? Right at close, any stock that is reporting an index right at the close, it is telling you I'm at the starting point. So you're looking at if the next ATR level is 76. So if it's at 58, 52 and 76, you're looking at how many points are those? That's what? That's 24 points. So if it's giving you 24 points, that's a good play. You can look at it. If the contracts are cheap, you can go in. Okay. Then you're looking at the daily chart. You're identifying the trend. So I want people to be looking at earnings, and even if you're not swinging real money, paper trade and see, because that's how you get good at doing analysis for earnings. Otherwise, if you're just looking at these big stocks only, these big stocks, the problem is a lot of manipulation. So this stock was trending up. It had not retested 63 when we had this pullback, this move up. So it hit 58, lower high, then it pulled back, then you have a doji yesterday. But it was right at close. I was just looking at the main ones. I didn't, Kavana can be good. Post-ER is just slow. This small ATR, they're just slow. They don't make those huge moves. But depending on where it is right now, like yesterday, it was right at close. So look if it will go all the way to 76. Okay. I don't know if there's any other stock. I only focus on 2 stocks, but if there's any other, just let me know. And next week, who knows what, I told you guys to be looking at stocks reporting next week. Anyone who's looking at stocks reporting next week? Make it a habit, guys. Don't just wait on me here. Make it a habit. Any stock reporting the following week, start looking at it a week before. Toya, any stock you look at it, is it at close? It's telling you it's a good place. Is it squeezing? Was it going sideways? Those are the things you're looking at for potential stocks that either for gamble or for post-ER. Now, NVIDIA, if we're getting that pullback, NVIDIA is going up, was going up pre-market. Now you see what happened to NVIDIA right at close. So now we were bearish. All these stocks were bearish. We started going up, and yesterday so we hadn't even hit the close. So right now it broke above the close. So the close was 785. The minute is above 785, we still have room to go to 682. That's the monthly. And then the weekly, it was also the same close, 785. So you're writing it up to 785. Above it, continuation, we still have room. The ATR is 830. Please utilize, I don't know how I've tried to explain the importance of the previous close. I don't know if anyone is looking at it. It tells you what the intentions of the market. Okay, so if the previous day, if a stock was open above the close of the previous day, it's going up. If it's below, it's going down. Then this one gives you the previous close from the previous week, or I don't know how the criteria for this one. You can ever have the previous close of the previous month. So you want to know the last month, what was the close of this stock? So from January to the 31st, the last month of the last day of the month, what price did this stock close at? If that stock opens above it the next month and it's bullish, if it's going down, it's bearish. Then like that. The close is very important. It tells you the intentions of a stock. Even I know we've put more focus on the previous day high and the previous day low, but the close is more important. Okay, because after all this action, all the action during the day, you want to see where does the market decide this is the end for the day. Okay, so we were right there. So this is why we're seeing this. SMCI. So still semiconductors are key play today. If we're getting that pullback, you see SMCI went back to the close. So please use these levels. They give you very easy, for those people who are leaving their plays early. If you're entering a play like SMCI and you see it still has room to go to the close, it's telling you just hold, be patient. It's going there. Then he had this pullback and it went above it. Okay, we've had this pullback here. So we want to see it needs to be above 975 for it to continue up. Okay, so Meta, the same thing. Meta, all these stocks that pulled back. So they were riding back to the close. From wherever they were down here, they were riding back to the close. So when a stock breaks above it and then pulls back, it means we are looking for continuation because we've still not hit the target level nor the ATR. So there's nothing much for me to say today. For semiconductors is the same thing. All of them, NVIDIA, SMCI, they just broke above the close. We want to see if we'll get a continuation, but there might be, there's a lot of selling with stocks having gone up like that after such a duration of a pullback. Okay, so all this now, even Tesla just right at the close. So Tesla, I'd say look at Tesla because of RIVN. RIVN, I said it was bearish, it went down. But Tesla, after this move, it started going up. So it's key. Tesla, we approached 206 for the first time. We hit 206. So now we're still not above that 200 level. The minute you're seeing Tesla above 206 again, it is telling you to look at Tesla that day. So please take note of this level. For Tesla 206. Okay. Netflix wasn't so strong like I thought. I thought it would wake up and it would be up like 30 points. Okay, but still riding back to the close. Please, guys, use this close level. It will guide you very well. So when we're below it, we are bearish. When we're going back to it, so now we broke above it. Most of the stocks broke above it. So we know we break a key level. If it's a shallow pullback, we are hoping for continuation because none of this has hit ATR or target level. So 607, 619. But today is Friday. So take advantage. If we have any IV crash, if we get that pullback and then we start going up, then take advantage of that IV crash.
Virginia, can you look at W day, work day?
Huh?
Can you look at work day?
So I told you guys to swing coast. Anyone swing coast? Is there anyone swinging coast?
I swung course.
Anybody else?
Kashiro.
Only 2 people? So I'd say it will pull back around mid-morning or lunch hour. It pull back, then buy. And I said, do not only buy Friday, this week expiry, buy next week, because this move, the cost doesn't, it can have some slight shallow pullback here and then continue up. That's why I said buy next week expiry. So only 2 people. Hey. Nobody else traded. You guys were busy with NVIDIA. Nobody got cost. Cost is, I told you guys, cost is a good stock to trade because it's slow. It just moves in a, here we even got a good move yesterday. Anyway, okay, 2 people. So tech stocks, we have a lot of tech stocks reporting next week. And I asked who is looking at any stock reporting next week? All these tech stocks are doing the same thing. Snow, Microsoft, all these. We had this pullback, and then we are going up. We are right at close. Tosh, look at all the tech stocks. The pattern is the same. The same. Snow, the same. Workday, the same. We want to see continuation. They are the same. See, 2 pullback. So right, Snow is reporting this week. We need Snow. Snow didn't have a good move yesterday. So it's still weak. We had these 2 pullback and they closed below this. So Snow is not as strong, and it's because, I think because it's reporting next week. I don't know when is Workday reporting.
On Monday.
On Monday?
Yeah.
Monday after hours.
Yes.
Workday is usually good post-year. It's never good. I know last time it went up. All these stocks, we are right at close. And Toya, we are right at close. After all this, we are still right at close. We are right at close. So all these have potential to be good plays. Which direction? Sometimes I just can't tell because some stocks don't give me a Workday. Monday. It is supposed to 294. That's not enough. This one is it has a strong bullish trend. It's been walking along the band, barely breaking a rule here. Ugh. I have no strategy for it, but it's right at close, so I don't know if it's gonna be a good play. When Pan W reported so Pan W had broken above the close. It was away. No, this is the this is January, this is February. So where is the close? So you see Pan W, this is the difference. So Pan W was away, 267. It was away. So this is what you're looking for with earnings. Is it proximity or is it away from the close? When now, if you're anticipating a move up, the reason is when it's away from the close, there's a high likelihood this stock will come back down here because it's away. It's either will continue to go up or it will come back. Okay, so it's away. Now, workday proximity it's right there at the close. So this it has a chance to go up to the ATR 339, or it can go down to this ATR 274. Okay, so when it's away from the close, you're looking more. When I was telling you, if you want to trade earnings, you can be biased to one side. So if your stock is away from the close, you can be biased to reach dropping because it's away. But when it's right there, there's a chance, 50-50 chance, it can either go to this ATR 339 or it can come down to this ATR 274. So it's giving you points both ways, 30 points down, 30 points plus up. Okay, so that's the difference. When you're looking at the stocks, which one gives you a more bias and which one gives you 50-50 chance? Okay, so Snow is right there at close. So nobody can, it can be either to go up 269 or go down. Okay, so that's the difference. Now, if you look at ZS when it dropped in crowd, why is ZS? So ZS, when we had this gap, it went up. So what happened to ZS? It was just right there, but it failed to go to the ATR. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, it was not even going near 267. That's even before 267, we had 251. Okay, so you're looking at if a stock is trending up and it had already given us a change of character. Okay, we had this move up then we have this candle down and then it was going sideways. Always go by the decision. Now, this was a strong decision. Why? Because it closed below this candle. So this was a matter of time before we had this drop. So it was near the close, just slightly above it, but it wasn't touching the ATR. Count to 6 days. If a stock is not hitting the ATR up to 6 days, then anticipate the more it's taking to not going up, the weaker it becomes. So after this move on the 9th, count 6 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we had this drop. Because the longer it takes not making a move going up, the weaker that stock becomes. Okay, so crowd, the same thing. When the month started, it was below, then went above, then hit the target level, and then here hit the target level, and then we had a change of character. Why was this a strong change of character? Because it closed below. So telling you this stock is going down. Okay, so if it's not going here, it had hit the key level, rejected, closed below it, rejected, closed below it. And then we had a change of character. This was a strong one. Why? Because it closed below the close. So we had this move down. So any stocks, these stocks reporting earnings, please do that kind of analysis. All these stocks that are reporting next week. Toya, you said you want to play back earnings. Do that kind of analysis. Don't just don't go by just have a bias to one. If a stock is away from the close, now Lily, we had a change of character here. So we're going by this. We had a change of character, it closed below it. Here, it broke above it, and it's right at close. So Lily is still a good play. All these stocks are right at close. So we still have room to get a good play out of them. The reason this is not a good change of character, Kashiro, why is this not a good change of character?
Because of the close is not above
Right.
the previous red candle.
Yeah. So this is a weakness. It didn't close above this. It closed below it. So we want to see today, if it opens a higher low, and then it goes up and close be above it, then we have a chance to retest this level. But if it doesn't, then we're looking at puts because we go by this candle. Okay. So still tech stocks, all these tech stocks are they are right at close, most of them. So it can go either or. We just broke above the close, even SPY, even QQQ, all these semiconductor stocks. We've gone back to the drawing line. So whoever wins, okay, but I'm anticipating we get a pullback if we get a V shape and we start going up, then we might have a chance of going up, continuing up on Monday. Any questions? So there are too many stocks to look at. I don't have particular, just one stocks. I told you guys, Chinese stocks are good. I told you guys to look at them yesterday. We see them, especially Baba above 75. Now we need it to go to 88. The next key level is 88. For PDD, it has still not touched 139. And Baidu 112. Tell me if it was a good one. I don't want to tell you. You tell me. Was this a good change of character? I already talked about it. What, T, was this a
I
good
saw that.
character?
I came at the very end, so I would say it is a good change of character because it closed above.
Now, don't go with the inside candle. I know this is the nearest change of character. You want the highest. This is an inside candle. So don't celebrate when you see a change of character with the inside candle, but it still closes below this. This is the main one. Don't go this with the inside one. If it still closes below this, it's still a risk. Now here, what happened? We had like a double, almost closing at a double top. So we went up and then came down, but it's still slightly above it. So you want this, don't go celebrating with the inside candle. I think I've said this. Don't go celebrating with the inside candle. You want this one because this is the range candle. You want this range candle, not the inside one.
So you'd consider that a double top, so it's not really a good one. Okay.
And that's why you're seeing it pulling back pre-market because that was a double top. It closed right at the previous lower high candle. Okay.
Okay. So today's an interesting day then. All right.
Right. It's still an interesting day today. Just thinking we might have some IV crash. Take advantage of IV crash because the contracts become cheaper. That's why I said I'm not sure about swinging. The only thing I said swing was cost. Okay. Wairini. So today's still an interesting day. T, sign us off now that you're the one talking last.
All right, everybody, let's make this money.
Hey, thank you.
All right.